Hi Libra, how you doing? Let me confess, I already did your reading. Full 23 minutes. Glorious. And then when I went to stop, guess what wasn't recording? Your reading. So we're gonna do it again. The one message that I'm gonna give you from the first reading is that you, Libra, need to not micromanage. You need to build a team around you that are self-sufficient and independent so you can focus on bigger and better things. If you have not been promoted recently, you're going to be receiving a promotion shortly. It could be during this energetic period or it could be after, but you are on track. But the one thing that is going to derail you is if you choose to micromanage, if you choose to be in the mindset of it's either my way or no way, right? If you choose to see the world as a monolith instead of a diverse place to be. That being said, hi Libra, it's me, your girl, the Kinky Witch. Welcome to your um 10th house midheaven career and professional guidance reading. Libra, this energetic period will take you from April 15th through to May 15th. The energies could also apply to your sun, moon, rising, and descendant sign. So take what resonates and leave the rest for the owner. Because apparently that message that we did do before, enough for you. Some of it, but not for you. Probably not for me. Me no know. I'm a Libra descendant, so I'm gonna check it out. That was mine, right? Let us pray. Divine Mother, Father God, angels, ancestors, and guides, I ask that you allow me to see and say all that I must. What is your message for Libra, Divine? What is your message for Libra? Libra, you have 39, which is 9, 10, 11, 12, which is 3. I can get from an unwanted to a wanted relationship. I can get from an unwanted to a wanted relationship. As you walk away from one unpleasant situation, the law of attraction will bring another that feels very much like it, and usually quickly. You just can't get there from there. To get to where you want to be, to that place of feeling better, you have to reach for alignment between you and you. Getting yourself feeling good before you take action is always the best process. For when you do not feel good, you cannot be inspired to any action that will solve the problem, right? So don't run from your problems, is what I'm getting, because you're going to run into a same and similar situation. And then if that turns out the same way, you're going to run again into a same and similar situation. So Libra, do not run from your problems. Spirit says when you get there and you see the issue, actively work to say, okay, what is it about me in this situation, right? That is generating these problems. What is it about me and this situation that keeps calling in the same issues? This is talking to me about healing work, and it aligns a little bit with what the message came out with before, where before it was like you seeking to control everything all the time. And Spirit is like, listen, in order for you to get out of a bad situation, you got to heal yourself to align with a better situation. Because if you leave one job to go to another one, you're not leaving the problems behind because you're the problem. If the problem follows you, you the problem, right? Libra, you the problem. It's not a bad thing. It's knowing now how to heal it, how to fix it, how to get away from that energetic alignment. Spirit was saying before you leave a situation, yes, it's uncomfortable, but do the healing work that is required. Release any energies, release people, places, things Elements, entities, and beings that are not here for your greatest and highest good, release all of that, right? We have number 18 that breaks down to a 9. It says relationships I don't want, I clarify those I do want. And I agree, right? Whenever you know what you do not want, you always know more clearly what you do want. And so, in any poignant moment of awareness of another person's undesirable situation, give your undivided attention to the idea of improvement that has hatched from your intention/observation. And as you learn to do that, not only will you be of increasing value to others, but you will see how your relationship with others add immeasurably to your own becoming. And what this is saying is every time someone or something or even yourself do something that doesn't align with you, that you don't want, that doesn't make you feel good, right? Because if it's in alignment with you, it makes you feel good. It fills you up with joy. If it's not in alignment with you, it makes you feel crap. It makes you feel like you ate nothing but McDonald's all day, and now you're finishing the day with pizza and you laying there in the bed like, oh, I feel horrible. It's like, why do you feel horrible? Because you've done nothing but put bad food in you, junk food in you, right? So every time you learn a lesson, because around here, y'all know we don't take losses, we learn lessons. But every time something happens that you learn from, it is only helping to sharpen what you do want, because you are moving away from what you do not want. Right? And Spirit is saying here, but before you go jump into something new, make sure you do the healing work to recognize what is it about this situation don't I like? What is it that's rubbing me the wrong way? Why does this keep happening? What's my part to play? Right? Accountability is a beautiful thing, Libra, when you realize that I'm accountable for my actions. I can't be accountable for other people's behaviors, but I'm responsible for my actions. I'm responsible for my behaviors. And what is it about what I'm doing, saying, being, feeling that keeps attracting the same negative results? Once you figure that out, Spirit is saying knowing what you do not want only focuses you onto that which you want, right? The next one we have here is 24, which breaks down to 6. So this is literally 3, 9, 6, right? Because it's 39 that breaks down to 12, 3, 18 breaks down to 9, and 24 to 6. Right? I'm hearing Tesla 369 because I know that was flipped, but Tesla 369 can be something that you utilize. So the 369 method is if you're going to do it, you're going to say, okay, I'm going to do it for a certain amount of time. So you wake up, you write your intentions 3 times. It's the same thing 3 times. Then around midday, you write it 6 times. Then around the end of your day, you write it 9 times. And you do this for the same intention for the period of time that you say you're going to do it, a week, 2 weeks, 4 days, 8 days, whatever, right? But number 24 says, others' opinions are less important than my personal guidance system. Exactly. It says, you did not intend to use the opinions of others to measure against your beliefs, desires, or actions in order to determine the appropriateness of them. Instead, you knew and still remembered long after you were born that it was the relationship between the opinion or knowledge of the source within you and your current thoughts in any moment that would offer you perfect guidance in the form of your emotional guidance system. What does that mean? It means you do not look, Libra, to other people to verify your feelings, verify your emotions, right? You do not look to other people to say that what I feel was right? Like what happened? This is the right feeling. You're not looking at that, right? You're looking at yourself. It's like, how did I behave today? Did I like it? Yes or no? Right? How did that person treat me? Did I like it? Yes or no? Spirit is asking you here to rely on yourself, like tune into your energies, tune into your energetic profile. What it is, what is it? right? What is it? When it comes to work, Libra, we have to understand that yes, it is not personal, but the personal is political and the is personal. Like people are mean, people can be surly, people can say things to you in a work professional environment that puts you in a responsive state that is not correct for the professional environment. But what you need to do here is know who you are. To thine own self be true. You need to know who you are. You need to have your emotions regulated so that other people's opinions are just that, opinions, right? But you know who you are ultimately, you know what you're going after, you know what you want to see accomplished, and you know you have to put the work in to get it done, right? Because once you recognize what you don't want, it only forces you to pay attention to what you do want. And when you're paying attention to what you do want, you realize that I can get rid of any unwanted relationship. I can get rid of people, places, things, elements, entities, and beings from my path that don't serve my divine purpose. And some people may be quick to say, oh my God, don't you think that's too quick? You're cutting people off. No, that's your opinion, not mine. I'm going to do what I need to do for me, right? I'm going to do what I need to do for me. Let's clarify these cards, right? Let's clarify. All right. First card we have here is Page of Wands. You are taking action. We do see here from the Oracle cards where something has happened where you are having to remove yourself out of a relationship or a situation that doesn't serve your highest and greatest good. This is you taking that first step, those first actions, right? But remember what Spirit said. Spirit said, don't run away from a situation because it's bad. Guess what? You're only going to run into another negative situation. So whatever this is energetically that's happening in your professional life, settle it before you move on. But you are moving on, okay, with that Page of Wands. The Knight of Cups is telling me that you may be getting an offer that is going to force you to start taking some action, right? Analyze this offer, this Knight of Cups. Is this truly something that is here for your greatest and highest good, right? Someone could also be offering you the space of grace. What do I mean by that? Someone is offering you grace. And by them offering you grace, you are then asked to offer yourself grace, right? Do not feel as if you mucked something up because things didn't happen in time. And by in time, I mean the mundane human time. Learn from the mistakes that you have made. Learn from how other peoples have treated you. Right? Learn from it because every time you learn, you're like, oh, I do that I don't want over there. I want nothing to do with that. Well, you know what comes to you? The opposite of what that negative emotion is that elicited that negative reaction. You have the Magician coming out for you, Libra. Just know you are a magician and you are now being asked to basically take those energies and alchemize them. All right, let's turn this straw into gold. Right? You have the Eight of Wands coming. So again, this is talking about a swift change, right? It's not as destructive as the Tower, but it's a swift change. You're moving fast. You're wanting to move fast. But in order for you to be able to move fast, you got to have your foundations in place. You got to know what is for you, what is not for you. You got to understand why you don't focus on nothing that's not for you and you only focus on the things that are for you. You have to understand why you're very peculiar in a certain type of way and why you can only have certain type of people around you, right? Even your biases, Libra. You need to sit and say, what are my biases that I have when it comes to the people I employ, when it comes to the people I work with and I work for? What am I looking at? What am I looking for? Because I keep bringing on, or I keep um working with the same old, and that's not what we're here for, right? The hermit is saying you got to go within yourself to do this. So, what I'm getting here is twofold. A change is coming at a rapid pace, and you have to move with this change. But while you're moving with this change, you're analyzing all the what ifs, right? The what didn't go right. The feeling that those disruptive energies elicited in you, and you're saying to yourself, okay, now why did that bother me so much? The hermit does that. The hermit allows you to go inside, right? You're internally healing and figuring it out, while externally, yeah, you're the Eight of Wands. You're go, baby. Right? You may even be saying to yourself, I'm never going to go into a situation like this again. I'm never going to be a part of a situation like this again. My next job, these are the things I will have, right? Yes, the devil. You're identifying the things you don't want no more in a work environment, right? You're identifying the type of managers you don't want anymore to supervise you, to manage you, to deal with, to interact with. And so lean in the what you want. Lean in on what you want. Keep thinking about what you want, right? Keep speaking it into being, speaking it into existence, right? Every time you talk about something and you get that happy, melodious feeling, live in it. But anytime you start thinking of something that it just takes you to a low depressive space, let it go. What we saying at the OSA, we'll leave it for the owner, leave it for the owner, right? We have the Seven of Pentacles coming up. Again, this card did show up for you last time. The Seven of Pentacles to me is letting me know that Libra, you're at a time of a great harvest in your career and professional life. You have done the work. Yes, you may have had to, go take promotions elsewhere, come back, or you grew yourself at a certain space and there was no other room for you to grow, so you had to take your talents and go somewhere where you're going to get promoted and celebrated and paid for the type of work you can do. This is what the Seven of Pentacles is showing me. You are going to spaces and going into places with people who help elevate you, who help provide you with what it is you need to have a successful harvest. Libra, you have the Queen of Swords coming out here for you. And this Queen of Swords is telling me that, Libra, you're making some final resolute decisions about these situations, about how you're going to be handling these situations going forward. Libra, just know, when we say you now know what you don't want, Spirit is not saying that's what you focus on, right? You acknowledge what you don't want. It's like, yeah, I don't want that shit, right? I want this over here. This makes me feel happy. This makes me feel nice. This makes me feel worthy. This makes me feel loved, right? So yes, you have to acknowledge it. You don't have to live in it. Libra, I like this for you. Like the last time it was also about healing. It's about self-healing, right? Because sometimes we can get caught up in being who people want us to be and not being who we need ourselves to be, showing up how we need to show up for ourselves, right? You may have come from a school of practice where you were micromanaged, so you think the best way to do it is to micromanage. That was a message that came out so strongly for you in that first card pull. But what I'm seeing here is you recognizing that I am only truly accountable for me and what I do and how I do it. And as a manager, I can help guide you to it, but I can't force you to do it my way. I can lead you to water. I can't force you to drink. I could teach you how to fish. I can't fish for you every day. At some point, right, staff needs to show you they're capable. Like, are you capable of this? Right? We're working with big projects. We're working with grant monies. We're working with people's lives, right? Whether you're in the medical field or the legal field. All right. The first card we have here when it comes to our final guidance is sorry, Libra, don't take anything personally. Become immune to poison. It says the whole world can gossip about you, and if you don't take it personally, you are immune. Immunity to poison is of in the middle of hell is the gift of the second agreement. Oh, okay. The whole world can gossip about you, and if you don't take it personally, you're immune. Immunity to poison in the middle of hell is a gift of the second agreement. Yeah. Like you don't care right now what people think or say about you. You are who you are, a superstar. No, I'm kidding. You are who you are, Libra. You won't have haters. You're gonna have people who want to hold you back. You're gonna have people who try to turn your team on you. You're just gonna have people who try to belittle you in whatever way. But Spirit wants you to know that let them live in that lie because you're not focused on that. You know what you don't want. You no longer want those people, places, things on your path. What you want are the people, places, things that are going to be here for your highest and greatest good. And by acknowledging that, right, you could swiftly say, I no longer want any parts of this situation here. This is what I want. Right? Be impeccable with your word. Cultivate faith. To have great faith is to have great power because your intent, your will is undivided. When your word isn't dissipated by doubt, the power of the word becomes even stronger. Hmm. It's like the power of your words, the power of the pen, right? When it says cultivate your faith, one of the things that I encourage you to do, Libra, is I encourage you to speak out loud what it is that you seek. I encourage you when something that you don't want around you or in your energy comes around, you say, I do not acknowledge this, I do not accept this, right? You cultivate your faith in the divine mother, father, God, how you seek to do it, how you see fit. Doesn't matter what anybody says because people have opinions and those opinions are just that, opinions. Be impeccable with your words, express your love. Impeccability of the word can be measured by your level of self-love. If you love yourself, you will express that love in your interactions with others, and that action will produce like reaction. Kill people with kindness, Libra. Kill them with kindness. This is what I'm saying. Kill them with kindness. Let them know that this is who I am. I am not going to change the core of me for you. I am not going to change the heart of me for you. If you can't rock with it, you can't rock with it, right? But you're not going to tell me to change who I am to fit into your mold at all, right? So express your self-love, express your love for yourself. Let these people know I love me enough for the both of us. And I have faith and I know that all that I'm going to go through and all that I'm going through is being resolved, right? Don't take anything personally. Relinquish self-importance. Personal importance or taking things personally is the maximum expression of strength, of selfishness. Oh, let's start it over. Personal importance or taking things personally is the maximum expression of selfishness because we make the assumption that everything is about me. Exactly, right? Your boss snaps at you, it's not about you. They could literally just be having a bad day because shit went down at home before they came here. right? Someone is talking mad disrespectful, mad greasy, mad gully on your name. And the only way, the reason why they're doing it is because their family member or their person didn't get an opportunity that your family member or your person did. So now these people are nitpicking, right? When you don't center yourself, especially center yourself in other people's arguments or discourse, Libra, you're allowing yourself to grow, and then people can't pigeonhole you in a box. So don't take anything personally and be impeccable with your words, Libra. That's how you're going to get through this with class, dignity, and grace. All right? Libra, if this resonates, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know, right? Hype the channel up so that we can get our message out to more people at this time. Libra, I'll see you in the next one. Michelle.